It is Thursday, October 3rd, 2024, and these are your BYU-Idaho radio evening headlines. Thanks for listening. I'm Chandler Guadagnine. An Idaho Falls man is accused of running over two women with his car. EastIdahoNews.com reports that 18-year-old Jaime Beltran Bencomo is charged with 2 counts of felony leaving the scene of an accident and misdemeanor resisting or obstructing an officer. The arrest came after Idaho Falls police were called to Totfus Park on Saturday morning. When they arrived, a woman said she had been run over by a truck. The second victim was found by a Bonneville County Sheriff's deputy. She identified Bencomo as the suspect. Each woman had injuries consistent with being run over. While searching for Bencomo, officers got a tip that he had just called a relative from a gas station. Officers went to the gas station where they arrested him after shooting him with a less lethal round and a taser. According to police records, he told them he had been drinking and got into an argument with the victims. He says both women punched him in the face. They were in his vehicle, and when they got out, he hit the gas instead of the brake, and the car went into reverse. He's expected in court for a preliminary hearing on October 9th. He could face up to 11 years in prison if convicted. Can one be a witch and not know it? That's just one of the questions the feature film I Be a Witch contemplates. Lori Prescott Hansen, who conceived the idea for this film, said the film is based on the story of her 11th great-grandmother, Anne Foster, who was accused of witchcraft in the frenzy of the 1692 Salem witch trials. Foster lived in Andover, Massachusetts, a town near Salem. She was one of the oldest people accused of witchcraft at 75. Foster experienced many tragedies throughout her life, leading the community to suspect she was a witch.
She had had several tragedies in her life, very unique to her family, and whenever you had something like that singled you out.
The filmmaker said she learned about Foster's story from her son, who found Foster on Family Search, a genealogy website for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I had no idea she was my ancestor, but the more I read about it, the more intriguing it became. It just struck me as something that needed to be shared and told, and it kind of grew from there.
Prescott Hansen began to tell the story through a one-woman show. She said it later evolved into a film when she contacted directors Sherry and Matthew C.S. Julander. Lori's husband, Omar Hansen, was one of the producers of the film. He said the filming location was mostly in a garage studio with only a few shots filmed in Andover.
The entire film was shot in a small little garage studio. That was the amazing thing about this film, was when you see it, it doesn't look like that. It's just kind of magical what we did, and I think that's part of the wonder of this film.
The film won the Audience Choice Award and was nominated for 8 other awards in the 2024 Utah Film Festival, including the Best Cinematography, the Best Editing, and the Best Wardrobe. The final version of the film is coming to the Romance Theater in Rexburg on October 26th. The screening will be at 7:30 p.m. and tickets cost $8. You can buy tickets at the theater or on the Rexburg website at rexburg.org/o/arts and click on Tickets and Events. The October sessions of the General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints are this weekend. Every 6 months before the general sessions of the conference, church leadership meets together in Salt Lake City for the leadership session. The Church News reports that during the meeting, 6 new area 70s of the church were sustained. These leaders will serve in the 3rd, 6th, and 9th quorums of the 70. For a full list of church leaders, visit churchofjesuschrist.org. The first general session of General Conference will be broadcast on the church's website starting on Saturday at 10 a.m. You can also listen to all 5 sessions of the conference right here on BYU-Idaho Radio. Thanks for joining me tonight. These have been your evening headlines for October 3rd, 2024. You can catch more news and interviews on our podcast feed. Just follow BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast app, or ask Google, Alexa, or Siri to play BYU-Idaho Radio. You can also find us on your social media. Follow us on Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Chandler Guadagnine.